Hello, people of the internet. Morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, your week is off to a great start. Or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. We have a Red Velvet drop to check out. We checked out the title track. Oh my goodness, it's terrific. It's spectacular. There are not enough adjectives in my personal dictionary to be able to portray how much I love that title track. But this dropped with a mini album, so we have B-sides to get to. Welcome to the album listing for Red Velvet's Cosmic EP. It's a 6-song mini. We didn't get a pre-release, so we have 5 B-sides to check out, and I am so spectacularly excited for it. I've said this a lot this year, but based off of how good that title track was, surely the B-sides are going to be as good, if not better. And I'm very excited for it. Admittedly, I do have to curb the excitement a little bit because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And also, one admin thing I need to get out of the way. This is an SM album, and knowing my track record with SM albums in the past, most likely, if you're watching this on YouTube, whatever is going to be coming up in the actual music portion is going to be chopped up due to content ID checks and stuff like that. So if that is the case, and you want to see the full uncut version of it, there'll be a link to take you off-site to the uncut version of this. I think it'll be first link in the description. And if I remember to do it, pinned comment as well. But you'll also find the spreadsheet that I have all of the non-YouTube friendly reactions and uncut stuff. It's all neatly packaged up in a clickable spreadsheet, navigatable spreadsheet in the description as well, if you want to reference that. But enough waffling. Let's get started, shall we? Here we go! Sorry, this was very poor timing, that I need to check this email, and no, we are good to go. I'm definitely not supposed to be working on a PhD presentation at the moment. But anyways, don't worry, it's fine. Scheduling, we were supposed to have a Zoom meeting, but scheduling didn't work out last minute, and we're still trying to reschedule. Anyways, we're going to start with the credits for track number 1, which is the title track titled Cosmic. We won't listen to it again, but I'll read off the credits because credit where credit is due, and we got to give the credit where credit is due. So, track number 1, Cosmic, lyrics by Kenzie, composition Kenzie, Jonathan Guzmak, Ludwig Evers, Adrian McKinnon, Ellen Berg, with Moonshine and Kenzie on arrangement. Very familiar names of the utmost quality and their previous releases as well. And well, it looks like it's going to continue, isn't it? Track number 2, Sunflower, the first of the new songs we're going to be checking out now. Lyrics by Kim In-hyung, Jung Yoon-hwa of Jam Factory. Composition, Moa Cassiopeia, Carl Becker, Wilhelmina, Jonathan Guzmak, Ludwig Evers, with Moonshine on arrangements. God. I miss seeing some of these names, man.
숨은 넓었어 내 길을 훌쩍 넘기는 눈높이에 닿지 않는 거리 Oh my god, oh my god 눈이 부셔 나머지 Oh my god 땅에 발이 붙어버린 느낌 Honey I give you my all
Oh, interesting way to get really glitchy, but then just drop it for this pre-chorus. Is this still part of the pre-chorus, or is this the chorus? This is pre-chorus still.
You got me hypnotized.
That's a big release. With the gang vocals too? I need it louder, please. And the harmonies.
번진 그림자도 피할 수 없이 퍼질 피크빛 속
Yeah, the way they just drop everything for the start of this pre-chorus is so dramatic. It's very noticeable, though. And this is double length. Did I miss a whistle tone? But this double pre-chorus, too? Gosh, they do not hold back on this release, do they? So much vocal harmony. Whoa! God, the way they just incrementally just give you one dose at a time, one little step at a time, and then bring it in. And a bona fide outro. We are off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. Oh my. It's the fact that the song doesn't hold back on anything. When they want you to feel that release, they want you to feel that release, and it's big. When they want you to feel the kind of gentle softness of that pre-chorus, they want you to experience that. They make everything so clear-cut, crystal clear. There's nothing hiding. You feel everything they want you to feel. And a song like that makes it so easy to listen along to. And plus the song is terrific. You get that heaviness, you get that brightness, you get that punchiness. And lots of gang vocals, once again. I'm trying to think back on... I had this exact topic of conversation when we were doing aespa's Drama EP last year. But... I know Red Velvet often are capable and often do include very rich vocal harmonies. They're one of like the third gen girl groups that I found through acapella stuff that they did. Them and Lovelies were like the acapella groups that I found from third gen. And I mean, they have the vocal confidence to throw in all the vocal harmonies that you could ever want. But to get gang vocal choruses, I feel like it's happened before, but I can't remember when was the last time that they would have done something like this. Because we've had unison choruses before. But gang vocal unison? Did Birthday have something similar to this? I can't remember now, but gosh. Already, this album is 2 for 2. But we gotta keep her moving, because we still have quite a few songs to go, and I'm very hungry and I need to go eat dinner soon. So, track number 3, Last Drop, lyrics by Bay and Zaya of 153 Jumbas. Composition, Alida Garpestad Peck, James Wong, David Brooke, with James Wong on arrangements. I don't think I recognize any of these composers. We're going city pop. Beat's a little bit quick for city pop, but it's come up there. gosh, that release was satisfying. It also came up really quickly, it felt like, but gosh, it's got a great groove to it. It's also got a hint of like late night vibes to it. Those of you from OSC Saturday will know what I'm talking about, but Irene made that head voice, just a very brief head voice flip, sound way easier than it actually is. Oh, and I love how dreamy those background ad-libs are.
No one knows where a fading star goes, but we can feel each other and our fly lighters to find you. To you.
Panning those fills, so clever.
To you, my universe and the only reason I exist.
There's a different level of clarity in this final chorus, isn't there? Or at least it feels like that. It's like everything leading up to this final chorus drop was a dream, and this is reality now. A fade-out finish! There's no bona fide ending! Okay, that's rare, I feel like. It's a perpetual song. There's no clear-cut ending to this. Wow. When was the last time I came across one of these in K-pop? Usually in K-pop, there's a definitive final cut. Last drop? Nope. Fading it out. Fading out all the 1980s rock scene. Okay. Oh my goodness, hold on. Red Velvet have broken me. Let's try this again. Last drop. The way it has this kind of calming effect, that it's one of those songs where calming might not be the right word for it, but it's one of those songs that give off a very bedtime vibe for me, like getting ready for bed. When you think of like a romance drama or something and your protagonist is like in bed in deep thought, or like had a long day and is coming back home getting ready, like lights are dimmed, maybe they're walking around looking at the scenery with a fancy whiskey glass in their hand, whiskey just, it's got that kind of aesthetic to it. I know it's very specific, but coming from the direction of like an OST sound, this very much gives off romance drama late night scene vibes for me. It's not very loud. It does get decently loud, but it's not like in your face loud. The way it's been mixed is so dreamy. It has this really nice reverb and filter combo to it, especially with the ad-libs that just, it makes it ring in a little bit of a different nature. And then you get like the narration bridge a la Wendy, with the background ad-libs coming in, floating in, and it really makes it feel like a dream sequence. And then all of a sudden, because the song up until that point has really kind of retained that dreamy aesthetic and really emphasized it in the bridge, once that final chorus comes around, it feels so clear. It feels like you've woken up and had like a revelation. And that effect to me is so neat. I love human psychology, man. And, you know, that effect might not happen for everybody, but for me it's happened, and I'm finding great joy in that. Right, let's move on to the next one. Love Arcade, track number 4, lyrics by Lil June from 153 June Bus. I thought my astigmatism was acting up again. We're good. Composition, Ryan Kim, Divine Channel or Divine Channel, Jaina Brown, Denzel World Peace, Sake Hands, Yumi K, and Geist Wei, with Ryan Kim, Divine Channel, Denzel World Peace, and Sake Hands on arrangement. Heavier. Was not expecting the bottom end to be this heavy. It's progressing very naturally, though. Nothing surprising and nothing out of the ordinary. I think it's safe to say, I mean, it's been established already, but I think it's safe to say we're getting a Red album this time around. It's really quirky, though. Like, it's weirdly quirky. I kinda like it. It's like all the synthesizer choices have this kind of different pluckiness to them that you normally wouldn't expect on a song of this nature. Sharp tones too on the percussion side. And letting the vocals run that high so quickly in the chorus, such a cool touch. Let's switch it up a little bit for the bridge. It's a very satisfying song to listen to. Okay, so I'm not tripping. There's a really interesting, almost industrial feeling to Love Arcade in that it's got the, you know, the metallic like pipe clanging in the background, and it's got the sharp percussion parts. Got the glitchy synthesizers. Interesting blend. That snuck up on me. That surprised me a little bit. That was... Ooh. Genuinely, though, this is kind of making B-side of the album very difficult, because I've liked all of them. I've liked all of them for very different reasons. Love Arcade is quirky. It's different. But it's also really smooth and easy to listen to. Like, it doesn't have any surprises. It's pretty... That's an earthquake. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds while I let the tremors settle down. Okay, I'm surprised this hasn't happened earlier, but we had a little bit of a quake roll through, so hopefully everything is settled down now and we can continue. It was like, okay, that's definitely not me shaking. Hold on a second. Anyways, let's jump back on track. Where were we on Love Arcade? I don't actually remember where we were, so if I repeat some things, I apologize. But yeah, Love Arcade has this. It reminds me a little bit of what, like sonically, of kind of like a more mature and slower power up with all the kind of digital elements to it. I mean, Love Arcade, I'm assuming, is very much kind of playing into that video game aesthetic, just not as strongly as Power Up did. But it's got that emphasis in the synthesizer section that really works for me. But the groove in Love Arcade, I'm amazed at how consistent this song is. The rhythm, the sensation, the feeling of it is the same from start to finish. There's nothing that hides in the shadows waiting to jump out at you. It just grooves and it goes. And a song like that makes it so tremendously easy to listen to. Easy to listen to just in general, and easy to listen to in just a multitude of applications. Nice. Right. Let's move on swiftly before we get interrupted by another earthquake. Track number 5, titled Bubble, lyrics by Sumin. Composition, Charlie Taft, Sumin, Daniel Obi Klein, with Daniel Obi Klein on arrangement. We might be cooking already. Y'all know how much I love a good synth song. Oh, and it's snappy. Thank you. Oh, it's not using the chords I thought they would use. Okay. I like it, though. Keeping me on my toes a little. Wait, I just caught the chorus is over already. We're back in the verse. Wow. Again, kind of like with Love Arcade, it's a song that goes and is so consistent that it's so consistent to the point I got lost in the groove, I missed the chorus. So is this the chorus then? Oh, the vocals are tasty. All the harmonies are so tasty. And again, we're going that dreamy direction. With that reverb and almost echo effect. Yeah, vocally, you notice the chorus release happen, but in terms of the instrumentals, it doesn't really change. Long sustain from Wendy. Keep it going. Is that a little bit of soggy vocal on there? Oh my god, the song's still not over. I thought there could have been like 3 different times where they could have cut the song. We're still going. Oh, that explains it. It's 3.5 minutes. Look at how long these songs are. I think we've only had one that's been sub 3 minutes. And even though it, sub 3, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2:57? Damn, that's crazy. In this economy, oh, we are being well fed indeed. Bubble's a surprise for me. Because the thing is, I love a good synth pop song, and especially I love a good SM synth pop song. Um, the ones from recent memory, Keys Killer, terrific song. Had a whole lot of fun with that. But immediately when I heard the synths kick in, I knew it was gonna be a good time. And as soon as I heard the snappy, snare pattern kick in, I knew it was gonna be a fun time. But Bubble was a fun time and not the way I expected it to be. I was fully expecting just big synth chords, almost like fully leaning into that 1980s retro synth pop sound. Nah, entirely different to what I expected. But the song grooves. The song grooves so easily. And that's the surprise for me on this, is just how easy this song grooves. Even more so than Love Arcade. I thought Love Arcade was going to be a hard top in terms in like that regard. But Bubble's groove was so good, I missed the chorus the first time around. That's crazy. But it's once again another one of those songs where it's super easy to digest and super easy to listen to. And admittedly, it's a different vein to the kind of groovier title track music you get from your 5th gen girl groups right now. You know, your Eyelets Magnetic, your Triple S Glow's Inner Dance, like those Wua's Blush, amongst others. Other brands and artists available. But this has taken that element of the groove and spun it in the 3rd gen way for me, which I really like. And do I wish there was some more movement in it? Maybe a smidge. But ultimately, if by changing that little smidge ruins the groove of that song, I don't want it. I want the groove to be exactly how it is. I want a song to get lost in with. Bubble, I can get lost in the sauce with. In fact, I already did get lost in the sauce with. I was pretty damn close with Love Arcade. With Bubble, raps over. God, this is such a good album. 5 for 5? With no possible way of picking B-side of the album? My goodness. You know it's a good time when you can't choose a favorite B-side because all of them are that good. Anyways, we still have one more song to go. Track at number 6, Night Drive. Lyrics by Danka, Moonsori, Na Jonga, Wolfafter, Jumbas Yu, Jaeyoon of Jam Factory. Composition, Flip_00. Isaac Alvidal, 37. Rachel Shevlin with Flip_00 and 37 on arrangement. Now, we haven't gotten a ballad yet. Will this be a ballad? Place your bets now. Okay, if I thought was Last Drop the late night vibe one I talked about earlier, if that's late night, Night Drive is the late night song. I mean, it's in the name, isn't it? Oh. Wait, hold on, this one might be a sneaky pick for B-side of the album now. Hold on a second. Oh my god. I've got tears in my eyeballs. It's so pretty. It's got the exact same sensation of what an emotional... Wendy, please. Give me some warning next time. It's got the beauty of an emotional ballad, packaged in like a city pop meets synthwave. It's unbelievable. with all the vocal harmonies too. Take it away, Silky. Miss Song Seung-wan, how long was that sustained, madam? Honestly though, bridge vocals, the 1-2 combo of Sogi and Joy is such a cheat code with their unique vocal color that they have, with the treble loaded vocal color they have. Red Velvet officially broken me. Oh my. Okay, look. Already, I'm gonna say it right now. 11 out of 10 album. This genuinely, unless there's some absolute wizardry that comes up in the second half of the year, this is my girl group album of the year. That's how confident I am in this album. Oh. And Night Drive is the ultimate cherry on top, because it has the effect of that slow ballad that normally would finish an album. Got the prettiness of it. It's got the emotional aspect of it. It's got the calming effect of it. It's got the concluding element of it. It feels like this is the end of the journey, or rather the end of the day that is this Red Velvet album. This is the final thing before you reset into the next day. And it's perfect. Just the vibes of it are so smooth and subtle and yet gentle, but has the power enough to make itself known, with the vocals that are just mixed so brilliantly. There we go. So many tasty vocal harmonies involved. And it's, again, another song like... Gosh, I should have taken notes. It's either Last Drop or Love Arcade that had the kind of dreamy mixing involved. But it's so dreamy. It's unbelievable. And genuinely, it's... Is this my B-side of the album now? But it's so pretty. And here's the thing. I am a big fan of an emotional ballad. I find it's very emotionally healing. I think, is it cathartic? Is that the right word for it? I find them very pretty. I find them very fun to listen to. I find that the human emotion element is so raw and so true in a ballad, and it's the best way to push that human emotion effectively is the ballad. Night Drive, even without knowing what the words mean, I can feel that kind of emotional vulnerability, I think is the right word right thing I want to say. But it feels open. It feels vulnerable in a way, emotionally vulnerable. It feels like it's not hiding a whole lot. And yet it's being very gentle on the ears, and I think that combo is just so good. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds and listen to Sunflower again, because I don't remember what it sounds like anymore, just because how good all the rest of the songs were. Give me a sec. Okay, yeah, I genuinely don't know what B-side of the album is for me. It's like, as a first listen, it's either Sunflower or Night Drive for me, but that's not to say I don't like any of the other songs. Genuinely, I couldn't pick one. I genuinely could not pick one. And that's why this is B-side, or not B-side now, this is album of the year for me right now. At this moment, June 24th, 2024, this is my girl group album of the year. And not to put down any of the other artists that we've checked out this year, but it's pretty comfortable at the top. And there have been some really good albums, but Genuinely, this Cosmic EP has so many things that I like about music. There's so many things that just make that Red Velvet charm shine so well. The composition is absolutely impeccable across the board. The mixing is brilliant beyond belief. The quality is just quintessential Red Velvet, like all the alliterations I'm giving you here. And I've been knew that Red Velvet are good at what they do. There's a reason why they've been around for 10 years. Well, 9.5 for Yeti, but you get my point. There's a reason why they've been around for so long, and it's because they make terrific, outstanding music like this. That quality has been high since, their debut. Even with the kind of weird, kind of out there mixing you got with happiness, their music has been very high quality since the beginning. And throughout all the times that we've been able to check out Red Velvet here on the channel, through Chill Kill last year, through Birthday 2 years ago, and before then, of course, we have Feel My Rhythm era, we had Queendom era, and then Psycho and what have you. But in terms of the stuff that I've checked out from Red Velvet here on our little corner of the internet, this Cosmic EP is just, it takes the crown, it takes the cake, it takes everything. It's so good. Oh my. I need to shut up before I just endlessly waffle about nonsensical stuff, because I can talk about this album for hours. So I'm going to stop it here. Thank you all for listening along with me. Thank you for bearing with me and my long-winded rambles. And also the tiny little earthquake we had in between. I forgot my outro. Oh god. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. And Lord knows I enjoyed that quite a lot. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Not the Red Velvet title track, although that's a very good title track. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street, just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day, and know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.